Steve Fearnley, you've come good to see you.
You
How
too,
are
yeah,
you?
Yeah,
Hey.
that's it, in a different setting.
A different setting this time, yeah, but you're always welcome, and
Thank you.
you've come a bit of a distance to settle with us, and it now feels that you have settled with us. You're from across the water in England,
Yep.
and you've established your studio down at Narrowwater Castle, and you're working with the Battle of the Bands. You're working with local groups and identifying really with the good musicality of the area. I saw you
Yeah.
down at the park in Warren Point, the Victorian Park. You were pulling all the switches where the South Ulster Band was there and others were there.
For the Blues
The
Festival.
Blues
and stuff.
Festival.
Yeah, that's such a great festival.
Yeah,
It's
busy
brilliant.
time for you.
It is, yeah, it's 5 days. They seem to, the festivals seem to last a lot longer over here than they do anywhere else. I mean, you got the Blues Festival, which is 5 or 6 days, and then Fiddler's Green, which is coming up soon. That's 8 days. So yeah, kind of jumped in at the deep end on that one,
Yeah.
but it's fantastic.
But
Yeah.
it strikes me, Steve, I wouldn't, if I'd been asked to sit down and come up with a master plan for a business, it doesn't strike me immediately, oh yes, I'll set up a sound recording studio and do things. But you took that chance, you pushed that boat out.
Yeah, I think you have to take risks sometimes, kind of calculated risks at some point, but it's always an unknown. So you got to kind of, if you have a dream, you got to go for it. Really, I think if you concentrate on it properly and really put all your effort into it, I think you could achieve anything really. So music's my passion, and I've always wanted to be involved with music somehow, and the opportunity came up and I was able to take it. So it's quite as simple as that really. Yeah.
And is it a passion that takes you into personal musicality? Do you play music yourself, or are you the man who concentrates on engineering the sounds of others?
Well, I've been involved with music obviously since I was younger at school. I really took a big interest in it. I started DJing as well, and then I discovered the computer, and that really assisted me because I don't really play any instruments as such.
Yeah.
The computer became my instrument, and I learned how to use that to program the music basically. So I have an understanding of music in that sense. But I do sometimes wish I could play an instrument,
Well,
you
sure.
know, and be in
Why
a
not?
band.
Why
you
not,
know,
for
I'm
goodness
kind
sake?
of the honorary member of a few
every band,
bands,
yeah,
because
yeah,
you
yeah.
know I do have some influence on the outcome of what's being recorded
course you
and
do,
stuff.
yeah.
So, but again, I'm just happy to be doing music in one form or another, and this is just how the path that it's taken me down. So
You must have gone, wow, on the first day you saw Narrowwater, the keep,
Yeah.
and saw the forest and saw the castle and all the rest
Yeah.
of it. And to think you were going to have a music
I
studio,
know,
modern.
didn't have a clue.
Yeah, that's amazing. you
Yeah,
know.
yeah.
Wow.
It's really strange how things work out, Ryan. Like you know yourself, different people that you meet can take you in different directions. I guess the direction that brought me here was meeting Tom Newman.
Yeah.
So he's kind of been a massive influence in my life, really. So I'm very grateful for Tom. Cheers.
Hey, Tom, we wish you well.
They'll be in soon.
Namaste this morning, Tom. Namaste. But Tom Newman, Tom was not just Tom was a partner of Richard in Virgin Records, started the thing, was the producer of Tubular Bells, and is now doing his own thing down again at Narrowwater. That's where he's based. So what makes him tick, this man of influence on you? He's extraordinary.
The force is strong with that one. That's all I can say, really.
Very strong.
Yeah, yeah.
He seems to tap into some sort of universal energy, and it all works.
Yeah, he's just a real person.
Yeah,
you know,
very much so.
and very honest and open, but he has a massive heart as well.
Yeah.
And yeah,
We're
he's always willing to share his knowledge with people and stuff. And yeah.
We're going to introduce you to Tom Newman on the next program, I hope, so you'll see who this man is for yourselves. But you tap into the energy of the young people, the young bands. They're coming on in the area.
Yeah.
Is it a trickle, or is it a rushing stream of talent?
Well, there's always a very, very strong undercurrent, but whatever's on the surface, I feel, goes in cycles. So the music scene, particularly in Warren Point, and that over the last few years has suffered, I think, with maybe numerous reasons, but again, the lack of kind of extra money to go out and spend your money going to gigs and stuff. I think, and certain venues shutting down, it's had quite an effect on the music scene. So what I'm trying to do is really just trying to maintain it and hopefully it will kickstart itself off again, which is
Yeah.
why I'm involved with Marty on the Battle of the Bands. You know, there's still a wealth of fantastic musical talent out there. We
And
just
cool.
want to give them a platform and an opportunity to bring their music to the people.
And of course, there'd be no Battle of the Bands if it weren't for the sponsors, and people
No,
can
exactly.
see details of the sponsors where?
Go to Nuri Rocks on Facebook, and you can follow us on Twitter as
And
well.
you'll see all of the
Yeah,
people
and you'll
who
see
are
all the
helping you there.
sponsors there. But yeah, it's key. I mean, you can have ideas, but in able to implement them, you often have to have a core of a group of people or investors and that sort of thing. So,
But Steve, it's
Yeah.
getting harder and harder with the present economic situation to get investors, to get sponsors.
Yeah.
What's your experience on the ground out there when you go to people?
the ones that we've approached have actually had the vision themselves and understood where we're coming from, which is why they've come on board. You know, we're not after huge amounts of money, just, you know, small tokens, even certain services that can be offered in return for, you know, advertising space and that sort of thing. So they'll get something back in return for it. So it's not like we're going, oh, give us all loads of this stuff and not give anything back in return. It doesn't work that way.
See, there's the possibility that people want to see the development of Newry as a musical venue, as a place of the creation of musicality, to develop Newry Rocks into Newry as musical, Newry Rocks, Newry Plays, all of that thing of Newry as a musical destination.
Yeah. I think, again, Newry Rocks is a kind of a title, I guess, and it has the potential to grow into different facets as well. But, you know, you've got to start somewhere, and I think myself and Marty have decided to go with the Newry Rocks thing. Marty came up with the idea for that. And we've been wanting to work on the project together for a while. So this is our kind of our launch as working together. So I would kind of do the technical side when it comes to doing the shows, so the live sound and that sort of thing, and Marty would do the hard work of just letting everyone know about it, you know. And
So when is it happening?
Right, it's already started. We've had 2 heats so far. First heat was in Newry 2 weeks ago, and last Friday was in Rostrevor.
Yeah.
So we're kind of in tandem. We want to get a good demographic of people who are able to go and see the gigs.
The final comes when?
The final is on the 26th of July, Friday the 26th at Fiddler's Green. But there's every Friday except for the 21st, we have heats and semi-finals. But again, if you go to Newry Rocks on Facebook,
that's as good as it gets.
You'll be able to see all the details there.
Steve Fearnley, thank you very, very much
Thank you very much again for the time.
You go well, and
Cheers.
keep in touch.
Yeah, we'll do.
And we'll do that. Thank
Excellent.
you.
Cheers.
Cheers. All the best, mate.